Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. And today is a special day. Right now it is May 21st and it's 4 months past my vaginoplasty. It's been a crazy 4 months, I have to say. Absolutely insane. The recovery from this has just been otherworldly. It's just been so much. And I am so happy to report that I'm in just like an amazing place right now. I feel great. I really do. I started back at the gym a few days ago and I'm not really having any pain down below, and I'm not really having any achiness, and my body's responding well. And it feels really good. I feel like I'm sort of snapped back into reality now. It's been so long that I've been in this just recovery type of a haze. And still things got better and better, and I was feeling better and better. But still, there's always like a little something going on where I just felt like I was still in recovery mode. And now I really feel like I'm sort of living my life again. And I know that now that COVID is definitely more under control, I'm vaccinated and I have more of a social life, that definitely helps. But I just did way too much and my body responded really well. I really haven't had any big issues down there. And that's really awesome. It's healing up so well. I even had a chance to explore my body a little bit with a partner last night, and that was actually really nice. It was the first time I had any external stimulus touch my vagina down there, and it felt good. It really did. I also did notice that my sensation on my clitoris is not 100% right now, and it's gonna take time. 4 months seems like a lot of time, but for such a massive surgery like this, it's really not. And it's just gonna have more time. I'm just gonna need more time for it to heal. I haven't been able to orgasm by myself, and I still feel like the clitoral area is still a little bit numb when I play around with it too much. And you know what? That's okay. I know it's just gonna take time, and I just have to be patient. And I went through so much that it doesn't really faze me at this point. It's not really a big deal. I know everything's healing up very well. I'm in an amazing spot, so I really don't have any complaints, really. Eventually it will come. Dilation is pretty easy. It's still continuously easy. I still try and do it 2 times a day. I do it morning and night, and that's enough to really loosen me up. I don't have any issues bleeding, and I'm able to dilate and get good depth. I'm at like 6.5 inches, I guess. Basically, like almost, it's past the last dot of the dilator. And I only use the orange one. I don't use any of the other dilators. I just stuck those away in the closet, and I don't have a problem really putting it in. It's a little tight for the first like 30 seconds, and then I loosen up really quickly. So everything's going great. There's nothing that's like really that bad about it right now. It's just right now I just feel energized. I'm able to like recoup my life, and I feel complete. And between that and now that I did my breast augmentation, I really do feel complete. I feel really amazing. I'm like one of the best spots of my entire life. I'm in such an amazing mental mind state, and it really sucks that I had to go through so much to get here, but I'm here, and I made it. And all those awful days that were just spent just recovering and just trying to like grab on to like the smallest things, that just to keep myself happy or keep myself balanced, because there's nothing else that I could do to sort of keep myself together. Like it's going really well, and it's I'm just at such a great point. It's my whole life has sort of led up to this, and it's been my dream and I'm here, and I'm really like just in a spot that just makes me so fulfilled inside. And when you have an experience like this, there's so much involved. Not only the physical aspects, but all the mental aspects too. There's a lot going on inside that you're working with, and you're battling your own mind a lot. But I really worked through a lot. A lot of the time that I was working on the recovery, there was a lot of introspection, and a lot of time I really spent within my own head. I think I still watched less TV than the average American, considering that I wasn't doing much each day. I was on the phone. I was still doing all my social media, and that takes up time, and just helping people and coaching people, and that's really important to me. But there's a lot of time spent up here, and it was necessary, because coming out of it, I don't really feel like I have any strings attached. I don't feel like I have any attachment from my past self. I don't feel any shame about myself. I just feel really good and really, really positive. I just feel so amazing. And I hope that everybody could feel like this. Even cis people, like I'm just in such a perfect mind state. I've achieved so much. And this is some place where I would hope every human could be. Just very content with themselves, and more than content. I'm absolutely like over the moon with how I look at this point. I'm just, it's just amazing. I never liked how I looked, and I was looking at some pictures when I went to my mom's house before, and it's so awkward to look at my old self. And it's funny to see that 12 years ago, I didn't look anywhere close to as good as I do now. And now I'm living my real life as my gender as it should have been. So there's a lot to be said about that. And yeah, it's been a lot to process, but it definitely needed to be done. And now I step out of it, and I'm just happy, and I'm really happy, and I can just continue to live my life. I have now the second half of my life. I'm going to be turning 40 in a few months, and I have everything sewed up. These are my plans. This is what I've been aiming for years, trying to get my transition taken care of, and I'm here, and I did it, and it was pretty awful, and it was really draining. But I did it, and now I get to enjoy the summer. It's like my favorite time of the year. Tomorrow's gonna be 90 degrees. I'm gonna go to the beach. That's awesome. I mean, that's amazing. I definitely not a fan of the winter anymore. So I really didn't mind just recovering during that time, and just sort of just burning out at that point. And now, when everything's coming back to life, and the sun's out and it's warm out, now I get to live. It's good. It's really good. I planned it that way, and everything went pretty much according to plan. And it was hard to go through it, but I did it. I still feel like anybody who does the surgery, give yourself as much time as possible. I luckily, like, I've been working for myself, and I've been able to support myself through this. But whatever you can do, try and take more than a month. Honestly, when I was working my older job, I told my boss that I was gonna have the surgery, and that I needed 6 weeks. I absolutely could not imagine going back to work after 6 weeks. I mean, 6 weeks, I felt like I was only halfway through. I mean, 2 months. If you really need to do this, 2 months. And physically, I was supposed to be able to work out at the 3-month mark. That wasn't necessarily happening either. I went to the gym again for the first time a few days ago, and then second time today. And I'm responding very well, but I needed the extra time. That extra month, I really did need that, because I definitely still had issues up until a few weeks ago, where I was having a lot of sensitivity down there, and at some points it was even still hard to walk. So those are things to consider, that if you're going to do the surgery, just to give yourself as much time. It's hard, especially in the society where everything's like quick, and you want to get back to work and get back to normal. This is not one of those situations. You're not going to be back to normal for a long time. But I was lucky. I set myself up for this. I spent a lot of time planning, and it all worked out great. And obviously there's definitely an element of recovery that I'm still working through. I still have to dilate, and I still cannot have an orgasm, and that's okay, because things feel nice down there. Definitely getting more sensitivity as time goes on, slowly but surely. So everything's working. There's a lot for the brain to really reconnect, and just everything is going really well. So I'm happy to report that. So yeah, 4 months. It's been a long time. But yeah, those are the wise words for right now, and I'll continue to keep you updated, and hopefully I'll have some new good news. So anyway, take care, and I will see you guys later. Mwah!